the post handover tab that's in Inquiry Mac. So just here you can see post HO. So if I click into that, so post handovers is what happens after the handover has gone. So we have two different methods of use with this. So if you don't have the post handover tab, you can go into the tools area and you can set an automated process going all the way up to 4 years and then a change cycle. So that means that every time you click a handover, it falls into that schedule, and then every time you click each one of those schedules, it automatically adds another one to the diary. The issue that could be put towards that is that with the GDPR regulations, not every customer will want the same type of schedule setting up, which is why we have the post handover follow-up process. So with post handovers and this tab just here, you can only actually set two automatic post handover follow-ups. So as I said, without the post handover tab, you can set as many as you want up to 4 years, but with the post handover tab, you can only add 2. So I've got in this system here that we're doing the video on is a 2-day follow-up and then a 1-month follow-up. So the 2-day follow-up goes straight into the calendar after the handover has been completed, and then once I tick done to the 2-day follow-up, it then puts the 1 month off a second handover follow-up into my post handover tab. So it does that. So when I actually tick the done box and say I've spoke to the customer, so if I put yes in there and I leave all these blank and then put they are happy and then click next, it then asks me to put a future diary entry in. So this future diary entry doesn't have to be called follow-up contact. It might be 2-year contact at customer request. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to move that there, pick my date and click done. Okay, so that's that one dealt with. Now on the other hand, let's say I'm phoning the customer and he says, oh, thanks for your call, but I've decided to sell the car, or I am actually interested in replacing that vehicle now. I've had it a little while. So if you tick any of these, okay, what it does is it allows you to still put your notes in, but it won't then force you to add a future diary entry. So contact notes on this one are interest in new vehicle, inquiry. Okay, so when I click done to that, you can now see it takes me forward to actually start to create a new inquiry and put the customer back into the system. Oh, I want to pick an F-score, that's a bit old. And then we can go, that's a telephone and it's maybe an existing customer. Save that, and then that puts him into our calendar to move forward with. And you can now see my post handover tab is empty. The other reason that we use post handover is if you've migrated to from another system into Inquiry Mac, so you've become one of our new clients and you've asked us to do a data transfer, then we would also move your old database into post handover so they can go into there and be picked up. Instead of putting them straight into a calendar, which might be irrelevant dates, we put them into here so you can make contact with that customer. Obviously update their data permissions, etc. Make sure their addresses and phone numbers and emails are all correct, and then you create the new inquiry from the post handover tab.